So Taylor series expansion is basically a way of representing or complicate some function fx with constant x squared, something like that. So maybe fx is quite complicated function, but we are very familiar with this kind of function, right? So Taylor series expansion is ideal of expressing unfamiliar function with combination of familiar function. And in the Khan Academy, they explain what is the intuition behind it. The intuition behind this one is that suppose we have like this one. Suppose we have some function, right? Suppose we have some function like this. Well, it's almost linear, but and then this is x naught. Here it is x naught, and this is fx. And our goal is to represent fx around x0 with this familiar function, right? So first, if we use only this one, constant, well, basically we cannot match this function with constant, right? But the best we can do is at least we can match the level over here, right? That's something we can do, right? Well, this is complicated function, is line, so it's impossible, but at least at x0 we can match this one. And this is fx is 0, right? So we have this part. Now, what if we can use these two functions, right? If we use constant and x, basically it's a linear function. Well, if we use a linear function, basically we can rotate this line. If we rotate this line, the best we can do is maybe somewhere here. At least we can do. So, yeah. If we use constant and then line, well, this is at least something we can do. Right? And then the equation for this line is, well, it tangent this line. So slope of this line at x0 is fx0, f prime x0, right? The slope is f prime x0. So this is a linear line. Its slope is x prime x0, and it passes line of x0 and fx0, right? Because it passes this line. Location of this line is x0 and fx0, right? fx0. So, well, it is the typical problem of getting the equation whose slope is this one and passing the x0 and fx0. So, this is x minus x0. And then, yeah, plus x0, fx0, right? Then this equation passes this point and slope of this. Right? So that's why we have this and this. Right? Now, if we can use now these three constant x and x squared, then we can bend. We can bend this line. We can bend this line. So, well, maybe we can do something like this. Right? Now you can bend this one, right? Then what we just did is that, well, we are getting so we are introducing the equation for this basically quadratic function because we use this one, this one, this one. So, well, because it also tangents, so first it passes this line. Second, the slope is the same. Third, even curvature is the same. Even the second order is the same to this one. So, at this point, we pass the same line. It passes this line. And then its slope is f prime x0. And because we can now bend, we can make it curvature is the same. So, well, the curvature should be f prime x0. And well, then the equation looks like this. Look at this one. Look at this one. So this is the big answer. So this is this one. So put x0. If we put x0, this term goes away, this term goes away. So y equal f0. Done. So now let's take first derivative, then this goes away, and then this goes away, and we have f2 prime and this one, and if we put x0, then this goes away, and we have only this one. We match it. Now let's take derivative twice, then this goes away, this goes away, 1, 2 goes away, another this goes away, only we have this term. The second derivative we directly match it. Right? So this one matches location, slope, curvature. Well, Taylor expansion means that we can do this one, we can match a third moment, we can match a third derivative, fourth derivative, forever. And then Taylor series expansion means that if we keep doing this one, we can approximate fx around a in this case, so it is infinite sum. But in finance, fortunately, in finance we are interested only in the second order. After third order, that's too complicated, noisy, we disregard it. Okay? So you can do it. So about today's quiz, well then it is easy to solve today's quiz. Today's quiz is 1 over, what is fx? Fx is 1, no. Fx is today's quiz is log a plus bx, right? Log a plus bx. Then first we have to calculate f prime x, right? Then so after this we can plug x0 and we can fill this one. So f prime is what? A plus b x over b, right? And f2 prime x, well, it is a bit noisy, so yeah, a plus b x square, right? And then b square minus 2, right? So we are done. You can plug this one over there, x0, and then we are done. And it's not difficult. Any question? This is very important in finance. I'll show you one application of this one. And then next, about next one. About EX. Use Taylor series expansion of EX to solve this one. Well, actually, you don't have to use Taylor series. If we use something called L'Hopital's rule, it's much easier. Have you ever heard of L'Hopital's rule? Right? If we use L'Hopital's rule, if we take derivative 2 times of the denominator and denominator, we are done. But instead of using L'Hopital's rule, let's use a Taylor series expansion. So in the Taylor series expansion, EX, right? Where is EX? Yeah, Taylor series expansion function EX looks like this one, right? So, well, you can, so this is the Taylor series expansion of EX because, I mean, it's very easy because EX prime is EX, right? So, it's very easy, so, well, we can use this one. Okay. And then go here. And then, well, minus x, minus 1, right? And x squared. Then, wow, it is convenient. That goes away. Right? And then, well, now we have 1, 2 plus 6, x plus blah blah blah, but it doesn't matter because they all goes away because we evaluate 0, so it is 1/2. So yeah, it shouldn't be so difficult. Yeah, any question? Now let's apply this problem to bond. You know bond, right? Fixed income bond. What determines the price of bond? The most important process is actually yield to maturity, something called yield to maturity. So the price bond is discounted cash flow, and we discount it with something called yield to maturity, then it becomes the price of the bond. Yield to maturity called interest rate. So when interest rate goes up, bond price goes down. When interest goes down, bond price goes up, something like that. Check one bond. Right? So bond portfolio manager keep watching central bank, because if central bank hike interest rate, their portfolio value decreases. Something like that. So since bond price is a function of interest rate, bond, right? Let's investigate bond. Bond, James Bond. No, not that one. What's your name? Bond, James Bond, right? Something like that. Not that one. This is a fixed income contract. The fixed income contract bond means that, well, maybe cash flow is not fixed, but at least we know the function. So there is a, so in bond, the feature of the bond contract is that we know the formula when we know the formula such that at time t we know how much cash we will receive. The amount of cash is maybe not fixed because it may be function of others, but at least function is fixed, function. So we know function of function. Stock is not a bond because tomorrow we don't know what will be the dividend of the stock. And at the end of the day, we don't know what is the formula for liquidation value. So stock is not bond. We don't know the function of how much money we can receive in the future. Okay, so bond, it is a function, function. So bond is a function of, it is function of interest rate. Bond is a function of interest rate. Actually, YTM, rigorously, yield to maturity. So now let's apply Taylor series expression. So bond price R, function of interest rate. So bond price. So we can use Taylor series expression. So let's say R0 is original interest rate. So today, yield to maturity is R0. Tomorrow, we don't know what will be the interest rate. So it is unknown. R is unknown. But yeah, well, so we don't know this one. What is the price of bond price today, and what is interest rate? And I'm interested in how bond price will change when interest rate changes from R0 to R. Right? So this is something we don't know. But now we can use a Taylor series expansion. Right? We can use a Taylor series expansion, so we can approximate that. Right? So, well, we don't know this one, but if we use a Taylor series expansion, we know B prime R0, and then R minus R0, and then in finance, we do of the second order, so it is a B 2 prime R0, 2 R minus R0 squared. Well, now we are done. Even if we don't know this one, right? We don't know this one. Now, if we know, we already don't know BR0 because it's today's bond price. So if we know this one, and then this part, first and second derivative, if we know this one and this one, all we have to do is get this one and this one. Then we can simulate future bond price by plugging new interest rate over here. Now we can simulate what will be the future bond price, right? What a beautiful property. So this is very popular in finance, in bond, right? In fact, actually we can do slightly more than that. So let's copy and paste. What people usually do is we move this one over here. If we move over here, we can delete this one. Now it becomes over here. Oops. Over here. Now it becomes a minus, right? Because we just move here. Now, well, look at this one carefully. Well, it is a change of the bond price, right? Today's bond price, future bond price. Change of bond price. Well, let's do something more. Divide both sides with B. B. You can do slightly more. B R0. And then B R0, and then let's do this one, and then 2 B R0, right? We can do this one. Let me move this one below. Let's make it prettier. Now it becomes much prettier. Right? We can write this one this way, right? Now look at this one. Well, now it is the return of the bond, right? Nominator is the change of the bond price. Denominator is today's bond price. So ratio is called return. Right? Return or percentage change of bond price, in some sense. Percent change of bond price. Bond price. Right? This part becomes a percentage change of bond price. Right? Or bond return. Or bond is simply bond return. Bond return when interest rate changes. Right? When interest changes. So if we use Taylor series expansion, when interest rate changes from today's rate to future rate, well, we don't know how much bond price, what percentage change will be the bond price. How much bond price, what percent bond price will change when interest rate changes this one, right? So, let me do slightly one more operation. So this one, right? And then basically this is change of the interest rate. This is change of interest rate. So let me make it with this one. This is change. So you usually write change this way. ER. Right? And it is also change. So ER square. Right? ER square. And then, therefore, if we know this one, first derivative and second derivative, we know what will be the percentage change of bond price, right? We can simulate that. Okay, we know this one, then interest rate change, we can simulate this one, right? That will be very convenient. So this is extremely popular in bond. So we have a special name for this part and this part. Special name for this one is called modified duration. And this term is called convexity. So it is very convenient to write this one as minus d delta r plus 1/2 c d r square. Here d is called modified duration. Here d means minus B over B R. Derivative is for R. C is B second derivative with R, B R, R over B. Convexity. So remember we have a minus over here because this is minus, so minus minus plus. When interest goes up, bond price go down. Right? So this is minus or minus, so we have plus. So it is called modified duration. Very important in finance. This is called modified duration. This is called convexity. Right? So if we know modified duration and convexity, we can simulate new bond price, how much bond price will change with interest rate change. Right? Well, it's very convenient. Very important for bond managers. Modified duration and convexity. Well, then of course the question is, now we have to calculate what is this one and what is this one, right? What is the first derivative, second derivative? Fortunately, in bond pricing, this and this are extremely easy. Right? So let me show you how to do that. Fairly easy. So let's write down bond price again. It's very easy. So bond price. Right? Bond price, discounted future cash flow, summation of T equals 0 to big T. And then we have cash flow. We know function, right? In bond price, important part is we know function. So we know what is CFT. Well, sometimes a firm does default, but at least we know function. And we discount it with R. Discounted cash flow. Right. So it is bond price. Future cash flow, bond, we know function, and we discount it, so we have today's price, right? 질문 있어요? Any question? Yeah. Right? So I'm using continuous compounding to make everything easy. Continuous compounding. Okay. And then let's divide. Let's do some fun. Let's divide both sides with BR. Right? Let's divide both sides BR. Both sides BR. Let's do this one. Right? We can do this one. Right? If we divide both sides with BR. Oops. Well, it was nasty. If we divide both sides BR, well then it is 1, right? So it becomes 1 equal summation of T equals 0 to big T and WI, WT, right? Because I divide each side with the same number, so it is 1. Well, so let's think of the 1 means WT. So WT means WT is basic weight in measure importance of each cash flow. You remember, bond price is discounted sum of future cash flow, right? So this, if we divide each WR, so ratio between B and this discounted cash flow. So sum of this cash flow is shown. So basically this one measures what is the importance of a particular cash flow to total value, right? Well, it's important, that's why it's sum to 1. Right? So basically this one measures how much important. So if we have a lot of cash flow in near future, it is very important. So we have a big W. One, if it is small cash flow and it will receive money in far future, well, in the future it is count heavily, so then it is less important. So it will be small. Right? So W is because the importance of cash flow. Importance of cash flow occurring at time t. Right? Again, very important. WT is the importance of cash flow occurring at time t. Okay? Importance of cash flow occurring at time t. Very important. Let me write down. So this one is wow, it to be importance or weight of cash flow at time t over total value of cash flow, which is same to bond price. Right? Importance of cash flow at time t over total value of cash flow, which is bond price. It is very, very important. So, well, at time t, I receive cash, and W means how much that cash is important. 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 Now, let's do some fun. First, to get modified relation, we need BR, right? So we have to calculate BR, right? So we are interested in this one. We take derivative with this R, and then it is not a function of R. So we can take derivative only this part. And then if we take derivative with this one, T comes in front of this one. Right? So, well, it becomes, basically, we just write down minus, because there is minus over here. So, well, derivative exponential is exponential, so we can recycle this one. But R, so T is in front of it, so we move over here, and we can write down T over here, T. Right? Because we take derivative of R, so well, we take only derivative of R, so R then minus T in front of it, so we have this one. Because again, the thing is that E minus RT prime is minus T E minus RT, right? We are using this one, this property. Well, so about duration, we divide with B and put minus. So let's put this one, duration. Well, so this one, and it is, well, minus minus plus. So we can now copy and paste only this part. Copy and paste only this part and divide with B. So, well, let me move this one slightly over here and then divide with bond price. Right? Well, then, see this one. Look at this part. Look at this part. This is W, right? This is W, right? So this one is basically, right? T equals 0, T, and then T, WT. Right? Well, so very easy, right? Well, so let's think about the intuition of this one. T is time of the cash flow, right? T is the time of the cash flow. WT means how important that time is, right? WT is the importance of the cash flow at times. So it measures how much T, particular T is important. So it is basically for each time T, we multiply how important that time T. Yeah? So T is the time when cash flow happens. WT is the importance of that time. So it is basically, so we have a very important decision over here. This is basically weighted average of time of cash flow. Right? Weighted average of time of the cash flow. Right? T is the time of cash flow. Weighted average, weight is W. So we multiply, sum of W is 1. So it is basically weighted average of time to cash flow. So modified duration. So actually this is called Macaulay duration. This is Macaulay duration. Weighted average cash flow time this is called Macaulay duration. Macaulay duration. Macaulay. Macaulay duration. Macaulay duration. Macaulay duration is the weighted average time to mature the cash flow from a bond. Right? This is called Macaulay duration. Right? And then I told you this is modified duration. In continuous compounding, modified duration is the same to Macaulay duration, but in discrete time, modified duration and Macaulay duration is slightly different. We need to adjust, but at least in continuous time, Macaulay duration is the same to modified duration. In continuous time. About duration, right? Duration, bond duration, right? So modified duration and Macaulay duration. So this is a Macaulay duration, right? Present value is the basically PVI is basically this part, present value. 헤드 너무 안 되지. 오늘 왜 이렇게 학교에 사람들이 없지? 오늘따라. Why there is so few people in the university today? Do you know any? Do you have any idea about this? There are so few people in the university. So anyway, it is PV is a discounted cash flow, right? So this one, Macaulay duration, and modified duration and Macaulay duration. Yeah, right. So, right, this is Macaulay duration, weighted cash flow, and then right. So it is weighted. Macaulay duration is the Macaulay duration for 2 years. So it is weighted average, right? So it is Macaulay duration 1.78, because cash flow weighted average of this cash flow 0.51, 1.52 weighted average over here. So for this one, Macaulay duration 1.78, right? And then about modified duration is derivative. Modified duration, derivative I explained. And the relationship between modified and Macaulay duration is continuous compounding. They are same. For discrete compounding, modified duration and Macaulay duration this way. Right? So Macaulay duration is weighted with modified derivative. So for discrete compounding, we have this relationship. K is number of discounting per year. So continuous compounding means infinite number of discounting per year. So K is infinity, so they are same. So if it is one time, if they pay cash only, discount only one time per year, cash is 1. If it is semi-annual compounding, k equal 2. If it is quarterly compounding, k is 4. Like bank is like monthly compounding, so k is 12. Continuous compounding, k is infinite, so they are saying. Right? So modified duration and Macaulay duration. Very important. Yep, any question? So, well, for continuous compounding, Macaulay modified duration same, and basically Macaulay duration is weighted average of time to cash flow. Modified duration is derivative. Yeah? Derivative divided by price with minus. So it is modified duration, Macaulay duration, and continuous compounding. This modified duration, this Macaulay duration are same. For continuous compounding. This is modified duration. This is Macaulay duration. They are same as continuous compounding. If you are more interested in this concept, you can check Wikipedia. Okay, so we calculated duration. What is convexity? Now let's calculate convexity. Convexity, right? Now let's think about convexity. Convexity is even easier. We can take derivative of 2 times. Then we can recycle this part. We can take derivative 1 more time, right? 1 more time of this one. Right? BR is this one. So we take derivative 1 more time of this one. So basically, we put and then we wanna take derivative with R again and divided by P. Well, if we take derivative again, T comes in front of it again. And this is the T equals 0 to big T. Well, minus T again, minus plus T squared now. T squared CL T E minus R T divided by P, which is T equals 0 T square WT. Well, it is also, so convexity is also weighted average. But now we square weighted average of squared time. Right? Yeah? No. Yeah. Yeah. Remember this one. We multiply 1/2 over here. Right? So convexity is only this part. So convexity is also weighted average, but it's squared time. So let me take an example. Let's look at the example. Right? Do you have a computer? Right? Did you bring laptop? No. If you have a laptop, please open the laptop. So in the today's lecture, yeah. Spreadsheet. You can click this link. Let me move this one over here. For next class. Okay, so click this one. Then you will reach this one. So if you don't have a computer, why don't you sit together and then, yes. 경연, you can see center and then, also you can move forward. 박규 학생, you can sit over there maybe. So 여기 들어왔어요? Let's save this one as PNG. Duration, convexity, and then let's save over here. Insert image. Yes, oh, it is very small, but it is small, not pretty. So let me do it again. Let me upload, insert image. Yes, so it is our class note. So you can watch, you can see this one together. Okay, so you can download this one and watch it together. Okay, so let's simulate bond price. In this sheet, suppose face value is 1 million won. Face value 1 million won. So at the maturity, so basically it means I borrowed $1 million. I borrowed $1 million today, and at the end of the maturity, I have to pay back $1 million. It is something I borrowed or rented. Let's say yield to maturity is 7%, and coupon rate is 10%, which means that every year I have to pay back around 10%. So let's say maturity is 4 years, and then I have to pay back coupon every 6 months, right? 6 months. So, well, 6 months later, remember in bond, formula is fixed. So every year, basically, I have to pay 10% of the coupon of the face value. So 6 months, I only pay 5%, right? So that's why I have 50,000 won, right? 50,000 because what I do is a future value, face value multiplied by coupon rate, which is CR, coupon rate, and divided by 2 because I pay every 2 years. Right? No, every 6 months. So 6 months later, again, I pay 50,000 won. So per year, I pay 100,000 won, which is 10% of the million won, right? So that's a coupon. I have to pay 10% per year. So it means 6 months, 5%. So for the next 4 years, I pay 5% every 6 months. And at the maturity, at the end of 4 years, then I have to pay back. I have to pay back face value. So I have to pay back face value. I have to pay face value plus last coupon. Last coupon is again face value multiplied by coupon rate divided by 2. Right? So this is a cash flow. Yeah, so function of cash flow. So bond means that that's the beauty of bond. We know how much money I will receive in future. Formula is a fixed at least. So it's future cash flow. Now let's calculate bond price. Bond price is a discounted cash flow, right? recalculate, right? So next step is well, bond price, discount cash flow. So we wanna calculate this part, discount, right? So discount rate is yield to maturity, 7% is yield to maturity, and is 0.5. So discount rate is exponential of minus yield to maturity over here, and then this one, right? So it is discount rate, and I drag the discount rate. Right? So this is basically, this part is basically this one. This part, this is discount rate. And if I multiply this and this, then I can calculate this part, present value. So present value of the cash flow is basically I multiply discount factor and cash flow, and I do everything. So I can calculate now this part, discount cash flow. Now bond price is the sum of discounted cash flow. So I sum it. So it is the bond price now, right? Is a discounted cash flow, bond price. It is bond price, right? Now, because I calculated bond price, now what I can do is I calculate weight, right? Now I can calculate weight. This part is weight, right? Or this one weight. Duration means that it is weight. I need weight, right? Or duration. Now I need weight, right? This part is W, this part. I need weight. So weight is that, well, for weight is that, well, for this is total bond price, right? And it is a ratio between this one and the bond price. So this is weight. The importance of this particular cash flow is about 4.4%, right? The ratio between bond price and discounted cash flow. So I do this one. Of course, everything should sum to 1. So this part is basically this part, right? Weight should be summed to 1, right? So this part is this one. This part is this one. Weight is summed to 1, right? Weight is summed to 1. Now, next, for the Macaulay duration, I calculate time and then weight. So what I do is time and weight. So I multiply. Okay, time. This is time of the cash flow, right? Time of the cash flow, and then weight, right? So this one, time of the cash flow, weight, and this one, right? So I just calculate the time of the cash flow, and I sum, sum y, right? So the Macaulay duration is Macaulay duration. So Macaulay duration is same to this one, right? So Macaulay duration is 3.4 years, right? Everything is, the unit of time is years, right? So 3.425 is weighted average of time to basically, so 3.4 years, right? Weighted time, right? So now let's calculate convexity. Okay, convexity is same. Convexity is square of the time of the weight. So all I can do is I can multiply time over here and because square of the time, right? So all I have to do is, well, it is square of time. So I can multiply this one and time again. And then some, so convexity is about 13, right? Convexity is square of the time. So I just calculated this one, square of the time, right? Square of the time. Weighted average of square of the time. Right? Convexity. Now let's simulate bond price. Let's simulate the bond price. Suppose, right? Suppose interest rate, so convexity is this one. Now, Suppose interest rate goes up by 2%. 2%. Then real interest rate percent. Suppose DR is 2%. DR interest go up by 2%. I want to know how much of change of bond price. Then I can use this formula. So equal change of bond price is basically minus of the duration, macro duration multiplied by change of interest rate plus, right, now half of the convexity, right, convexity multiplied by change of rate of square divided by 2, right? So percent. Well, it means that interest rate go up by 2%, my bond price will drop by 6.6% around. Right? I just calculated this potential bond price. Well, my bond price will drop about 6.6%. Now I know what will be my new bond price. Today's bond price is this one, and if I multiply this one, then how much I'll change? So basically, new price is basically old price multiplied by 1 minus percentage change, actually plus. This is return, right? So my new bond, so I can simulate new bond price, which is what is it? So my bond price drop, of course. This is my new bond price. So I can simulate. So what if interest go down by 1%? Well, let me think about it. Minus 1%. Well, now bond price go up. So I can do the another simulation very easily. I don't have to recalculate bond price here. I can simulate very easily. So that's the convenient. That's why convexity duration is popular. And that's why you have to know Taylor series expansion. If you click File, Download as Excel, you can download it. If you don't need Excel, you can toy around with this file. Okay, thank you, and then see you next Tuesday. By the way, any question about today's topic? 어려웠어요? 안 어렵죠? 괜찮죠? 뭐 할만하지? 네, 이거 보면서. 네. So any question? 질문 있는 사람? 질문. 그렇죠? 테일러 시리즈 스페셜 말은 할 수 있겠지. 예, 오케이.